My boy, my brother, Erm the gamer.
Unfortunately. No.
You're very fortunate to have me as a brother, you coward.
I'm joking. I'm
Okay,
joking.
I'm the best brother to this guy. You guys don't even know. You don't
Yeah,
even
he's
know.
great. He's great.
He's great. You see that shit? This shit ain't real. I'm sticking
Yeah,
this dude.
he's totally forcing me to say this.
Yeah, gun to his head type shit.
I
You
got
know?
I got a script that I'm reading off the prompt.
Read it perfectly again.
Send help. Send help.
There's this show, right, called Severance on Apple TV. Okay? All right, here we go. The reason why we are here with Erm the Gamer is because there's a show on Apple TV called Severance that me and Erm happen to watch together. It took how long did it take, dude? It took like so freaking long to watch the show.
Dude, the time we had to match up time schedules.
It's like, are you off work? Am I off work? It was rough, bro. But
good couple.
no,
months.
Yak, I like it there. Don't worry. But yeah, but we watched the show and we actually ended up liking it, and it's very like, it's one of the most creative shows I've seen in a while. So we're just gonna have a conversation about it. Not too long. Just give our overall thoughts. It's gonna be a YouTube video, so hey YouTube, how you doing? What's going on, YouTube? All right, I'm not gonna rip off other gigantic streamer shit, but whatever.
Every single streamer.
But yeah, bro. So Severance. All right, so I guess we should start with the premise. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I just think that one of the better facts is that isn't it like directed by Ben Affleck?
No, Ben Stiller. I think it's I think
Ben Stiller. That's even crazy.
Yeah, I think Ben Stiller created the show, or he directed some episodes. But yeah, it's probably one of the best shows on TV right now. You should probably check it out. But the premise of the show is, okay, you're gonna have to help me explain this because it's actually kind of like deep and it's complicated and it's like super subtle. But essentially, Severance takes place in a world where there's this company, this very mysterious company called, what's it called? Lumen?
Yeah, Lumen is the name.
Yeah, Lumen. And they essentially created this technology, this brain chip, right? Where you basically, when you go into work, you have a new consciousness, right? You have a new person. And the person you are outside of work exists outside of work when you clock out and leave for the day, and the person you are inside of work exists only at work. And they're two separate people, and they don't communicate with each other, and they have two separate sets of memories, and they have two separate lives. And the company does this because it's like a new technology they develop, and they want to sell it to everybody around the world for some reason. But
that's a theory. That's a theory that we have.
Yeah, I think that's what they're developing. But the other thing is, like, it's super secretive. This is the most mysterious company in the entire world. Like,
random.
Yes. Now, there's this guy called Mark, right? And Mark, he basically went through some stuff without spoiling too much stuff, right? He basically goes through some stuff, and he decides he wants to go through the severance process and work for this company, and he basically starts working there. The story's about him and how he's working there, and there's a mystery that starts to unfold because something out of the normal for that company or people who work there, things start to happen, right? Is that the best way to say it without spoiling it?
Well, yeah, without spoiling anything. I mean, just know you never know what's going on at the company. But that's not the real premise. I guess that's like an overarching story of what's going on, like what the company is doing. But the main, like, what they focus on, at least in this season, is just like, yo, there's this, we're separating lives. I think they refer to, there's an innie and there's an outie version of you.
Yeah, the innie is the one that goes to work, and the outie is the one, obviously, that has a life outside of work.
Dude, all right, everybody in chat, like, just tell me how you would feel if you, like, you know how it is when you're at work. You're just looking at the clock and you're wanting to get off, like, from the moment you get in there, depending on where you work. And could you just imagine leaving work and having no memory of the weekend? Yo, we already know how fast the weekend goes. We already know how fast that couple hours you have after work. Bro, they get out of work and all they remember is coming back to work. That like there's nothing.
Yeah. So
Isn't that
the
crazy?
show is kind of like the one reason why I like the show is simply in its premise because it's a really good way to explain, like it's a very good metaphor for we all go through at work, right? Like we go to work every day, right? We sit there for 8, some of us work more than 8 hours a day, and it's time that does not belong to us, right? Like essentially we're selling our time and bodies to other people, and like you not being in control of your own life for that 8 hours a day. I mean, 8 hours a day is 1/3 of your life, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're given, and it's like the best part of the day. It's like the waking hours of of your day, and so basically, like they have a lot of great examples in the show of what it's like as a metaphor, what it's like for the average person to go to work, be in that mundanity all the time. And then when you get off work, like the time you have outside of work is like so short. It feels like so like the guy outside of work barely feels like he even exists at times, and so the show does that part really well, along with like explaining like this mystery that's happening with the company, with the characters, with the like you don't meet everyone's outie. You only see them from their any perspective, or you see some people's they used to be Severance having issues with Severance after that they ended that process, and there's a lot of different characters that they explore a lot of like ideas through for this premise, which kills it. Not only is the premise good though, we could talk about like direction and shots and like just visually the show look is super high quality. Like
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Visually, I think they did the color grading very well.
yeah.
Especially separating the any world, like the any versions and the outie versions. Like it just gets dull whenever you're on the outside. On the inside, they try to make it brighter.
Yeah,
But
it's like a funny contrast because you only see the outside person at nighttime most of the time, or wee hours of the morning, right? The outie, and so like things are shot specifically, and it's like he's depressed because something happened. The whole reason why he went through that process because something happened to him, right? And he's kind of depressed, and so he's always shot at night, and like the innie is like another part of the show that's really well done is acting because you believe each and every character is two separate people. Like the way they do that, the way
yeah,
they execute that, dude. Like Mark, this dude, the main character, right? He's Mark.
he's great.
He's so good. Like I know this dude's like a comedic actor usually, but this dude is so good, and this is the best show I've seen recently for subtlety. Like they don't spoon feed you everything. They present things very subtly to you. And like it's not like there's this huge difference between any Mark and outie Mark as far as personality, and like not one's not like this crazy fun guy and then the other is just like a depressed dude. They're not drastic. They seem like the same person in different situations.
Yeah, just
Like
different histories.
exactly, like it truly feels like they're subtly different, but you pick up on it really easily when you watch as you watch the show. So the acting has to be done. The acting has to be at a high level to get that done and believable. And every character in the show does it. Every character in the show does it really good. Let's talk about some of the characters though. Who was your most like? Who's the character you followed the most? Like who was the one that was
Um,
like
okay, one that I respected the most, Helly. I
Helly?
respected her.
Okay,
Yeah,
without spoilers, because there's some big things.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
I mean, you know why I was like,
yeah.
why I feel like she. I feel like okay, because I won't spoil it. This is like first episode. She's a new girl. She's
Yes.
basically the new girl, and she just doesn't accept like she doesn't accept it. That's basically like that's all I'm gonna tell you without spoiling stuff. And like her inner personality, her innie, is like the only one that's like yo, like just
Yeah,
fuck off.
she doesn't accept the like okay, because the person that goes to work is a separate consciousness, and they don't know the person outside of work. They know they exist, but they don't like meet each other and talk to each other. They're not allowed to send messages to each other either. Like there's like the whole building has some security that's perfect for that. And so the person that she ends up being outside of work is completely different than this new person. And they're like at bows with each other. And she's one of the first innies, the people that go in work that like is on full rebellion mode. Let's just put it like that without spoiling everything. She does not accept the premise at all. and she challenges the system. But when you find out what's going on with her outside of work, you're like, oh, that's a very different contrast as to what's going on. And we know we don't want to spoil that, but she's a very good character. I agree. Like the her acting is good too. Like the way I don't know the actress's name, but the way she portrays her, like they do a lot of close up shots on her face. I've noticed, and like she has like whole scenes where she's not really saying nothing. She's just reacting to what's going on. Like we're supposed to just accept this shit. Like like this company has complete control of our lives, as far as the any versions of ourselves, and they could do whatever they want to us, and that kind of stuff. I think that's a great character. But what were you gonna say about her? I feel like I overtalked you a little bit.
No. I mean, there's not much I could say.
Yeah, without spoiling.
Without spoiling stuff. But like, just most of my characters are like that. Because my other character, where I was gonna say the most interesting one was, this is all I'm gonna say. The most interesting one to me was the counselor or the therapist.
Oh, the HR lady, right? Like she's like the HR therapist lady.
Yeah, and that's all we can say.
Yeah, that's all we can say.
This is the most interesting character to me.
Here's the thing. So the I guess what do you call it? Like the structure of the show, right? The beginning reels you in with the premise. Yeah, they reel you in with the premise. But then they keep you interested throughout the show in the middle episodes, and in the end, all the other they take the weirdness to another level, and you're like, what is going on at this company? What is the purpose of all this? And like the mystery at the end, like the end episodes start to get really good. Like, I think the slowest parts are at the middle, but the middle is more for character development, and they're good episodes, right? Like,
yeah, they're all great.
I would say there's some slow moments for sure, and maybe in each episode there's some slow moments, but it's very interesting overall. Like every episode of the show is good.
Yeah, I say even the slow moments is the right amount of slow. It's almost like artistically slow, if you catch that. I don't know.
Dude, it's not like Breaking Bad has some. Oh my god! Like Breaking Bad is one of the best shows ever made. Oh, brutal. Like some of the episodes were so slow, and this show doesn't have anything like that. Ozark is another one I have an issue with that kind of stuff, where it's like weirdly slow, bro. Like at times, and I'm just like I'm having a hard time getting through it. But this one, when they have like a moment, it's really like you're invested in the characters, so you want to know what they're going through. One of the characters I liked a lot is the guy from Transformers in the new Batman movie. What's his name? John something. Falcone in the new Batman movie.
Yeah, no, his character was dope.
He kind of starts off as like the company ass kisser, right? And then he has a character arc, like let's just put it like that. And then by the end, he finds out who he really is, and not even who he really is outside of work, just like he finds himself, like he finds a life within the work that like the company's trying to take away from him in some way. So it kind of makes him a rebellious person over time. Well, I wasn't gonna spoil it. Relax.
I feel like you're giving that information.
Listen, bro. I'm trying to give these people like what I'm saying, a bite. All right.
Yeah. That was more of a slice. But that's like the slice of cake.
But so many good characters. I mean, Mark is super interesting too, and he plays the role really well. It's just that he's the one that you focus on the most, right? And like, so they don't leave much mystery for him except for one big one, but we're not gonna spoil that one. And like the other characters have a sense of mystery because you never really meet their outies, right?
And this guy, I forgot. Who's their caretaker? The black dude.
Oh, dude, the black dude, the man. So like, I don't know what he is. So okay, some characters they have more going on to them than the innie and outie thing. Right, and so that's also another good metaphor in my opinion, where how like management in the real world has to play the game between being over the workers, but like being under the top people. And so the black dude, the one with the afro that you see, and then like the main like department head lady, super mysterious characters. You're constantly trying to figure out what's going on with these managers. because they're in the middle, and we suspected at times, because they never really kind of lead you on and tell you about this, but we suspected at times, they're like, are they the same person in and out? And then sometimes it's like you can't figure out what's going on with them. And I like that the show does that, but not in a frustrating way.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of shows, like, you know, when you come to the end, like the end of the season,
yeah,
you kind of get left with like cliffhangers. But I feel like it gave us a good amount to have like a season finale. It gave us a good amount to keep like how you're
saying. That was definitely a cliffhanger.
Though.
Like, we're not gonna say it.
Definitely a cliffhanger. We are waiting on season 2, definitely. But I say it was satisfying, like, in a way. Because, okay, look, I'm not gonna say much because I know some people didn't watch it.
All right.
But the like Attack on Titan, the way they cliffhanger that shit, bro.
Oh, was it frustrating? I haven't caught up to the latest one yet.
Bro, I know that's why I said what I said. But yo, like, just know that cliffhanger is so poo poo. So poo poo, bro.
It's so poo poo.
This kind of gave me like, yeah, that's how you're supposed to end the season. Keep me on my toes because I'm still like wanting to know what's about to happen next season because it's at a peak moment right now. And also it's just like we got some good juice. Like we got a good amount of like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good amount of stuff.
No, it had the perfect amount of sides. Like, you know how you have like the main dish, the main meal, but then like they lack on the side sometimes. They had the perfect amount of sides. And the side characters, in a lot of shows, I don't care about the side characters too much because like they don't really, I don't know, they're not really done well. But some of the side characters, you can dedicate whole episodes to them, and they could become the main characters. That's how much depth they have. A lot of these characters, which is why I really appreciate it.
It's almost like a Thanksgiving dinner.
And every episode seems movie quality. Like, I'm telling you, like, some of the shots that they pick...
Apple TV is a really good studio.
Yeah, like, some of the shots that they pick, like, you can see it's movie quality every single episode. It's honestly one of, like, now that we're talking about it more, it's honestly one of my more, like, favorite shows of the year so far. I mean, it's probably the only show I, like, literally watched the whole... Wait, is there anything else? I started Star Trek...
I didn't.
Halo was horrible. That shit was dog shit. Anyway,
I didn't give it a chance. I'm tired of them ruining my childhood.
Yeah, man. But anyway, so is there anything else that you want to highlight? Anything else that you liked about the show? You want to, like, hey guys, this moment or these scenes or like whatever, you know, whatever you liked about, what would you give to people here?
I have to think because we watched it over like a good span.
It took us like 2 months to watch 10 episodes or 9 episodes even. Like, it took us like 2 months to watch 9 episodes.
Yeah, I feel like
linking up and all that.
Yeah, I mean, well, we wanted to binge it, but it was just like time and
yeah.
But I just feel like since there's that much time, I feel like I would be leaving some scenes out that wouldn't justify it. But one more thing about the characters, I think we both can agree on who's our least favorite character, right? Because I feel you just don't like that character as much as I do.
You talking about her right here?
Yes, I hate her, bro.
Okay, but you hate her because she does her job well as an actress. So there's
just yes.
Right, so it's not because
but the character. We're just talking about.
We're talking about the character. It's like there's characters when you hate them, the actor is successful. Like they did their thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and that's kind of what I don't like about I don't like the character. I like the actress in the role. And she frustrates me a lot. And this scene was weird. Remember this scene? Okay, there's a lot of weird moments. This show is also weird.
That's my favorite scene right there. I'm sorry. The dude dancing?
Oh, yeah. That scene was crazy. That scene ends up being crazy, guys. That scene ends up being...
a GIF. If that doesn't become a viral GIF, I don't know. Bro, actually, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be the one to do it.
You're going to be the one to do it?
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
You sent me that. I'm going to have to download that.
I should put that in your video.
We're giving him late ideas, guys. He's going to come back and like take 2 more weeks on this shit.
The whole thing's going to change. I'm working on it right now. I swear.
Okay. If I would have to say like why you should watch the show without spoiling anything, it's literally the premise, the mystery, and then the execution is well done, right? So a lot of shows you watch, they give you a cool premise. Lost, remember Lost? They give you a cool idea, but then like it ends up fizzling out later on, right? It ends up later on in the season, later on in the series. I don't know where the series is going because it's only season 1. There's only 1 season, but the execution of the ideas and the right amount of mysteries and the right amount of like intrigue and like what's going on. There's a right amount of it. They don't give you too many answers. They do answer some things, and so it's like a really well balanced show in that way. Like they balanced it really well, and it makes you want to finish it all the way through. Matter of fact, you get to the end, you're like, I definitely want more. Like I really wanted more, and there is a cliffhanger, but it's not in a bad way. Like there's shows that do it in a bad way, and this does not do it in a bad way.
It is good. This show is really good at entertainment.
Yeah,
I like entertaining you throughout the whole ride. It might be different forms of entertainment, like depending where you're at, beginning, middle, or end.
exactly.
But it's like, I say this show has one of the best. I'm probably not thinking about everything, but like one of the better outlines for a show. Like they outlined it very well.
Yeah,
Like,
like
they
the
know
structure and like exactly.
Yeah, I think that they thought that they wrote this a couple times before they actually started. Like,
It's like if I'm gonna say like the tone of it, it's kind of like it's a dark comedy. Would definitely have some drama moments, but has a lot of funny moments too.
yeah,
You can tell by the characters. So it's like a dark comedy, sci-fi. It's kind of hard to explain, to be honest, but yeah, that's Severance. That's what we liked about it. That's what we loved about it. Let us know what you guys think, man. Come on, watch it and tell us. Watch it.